Well, with the rising number of teenage pregnancies in South Africa, children's rights activists and experts are questioning the degree to which the law protects our young. Earlier this year, Stats SA reported nearly 35,000 births among pupils last year. Of those, 688 were aged between 9 and 10 years old. Some experts feel these high figures prove that our child protection laws aren't being implemented correctly. And one expert in particular says doctors and nurses who treat these children should be prosecuted if they don't report it. Dr. Joan van Niekerk is a child rights expert and she joins us now live. Joan, it's lovely to chat to you as always. What is the law when it comes to juveniles or young men or women coming into hospital with who have been raped or show signs of sexual abuse?
Well, the law is very clear, and I think it's important for us to be aware of the fact that health professionals have an obligation in terms of the Sexual Offences Act, the Criminal Law Sexual Offences and Related Matters Amendment Act, to report any sexual abuse of children under the age of 16 years. Now, some of these pregnancies with older teenagers may indeed be voluntary, and we must remember that the age of consent is 16, and that children who are sexually active with peers no more than 2 years apart to themselves in age may not be prosecuted. But still, these should be referred to the system in order to ensure that the child is protected. What really concerns me, if it's not reported to the system, the child returns to the same abusive relationship if the pregnancy is as a result of abuse. And certainly, any child under the age of 12 who presents as pregnant or as needing to deliver a baby has to be reported to the child protection system. And of course, the 12 to 16-year-olds should be reported. If you fail to report, you are committing a crime. But this law is simply not being implemented. And although I'm reluctant to say this, I believe that we really should have a couple of cases in which the health professional or the social service professional is held accountable for not reporting the crime against the child or not referring the child to the child protection system. It is just simply not acceptable to allow these children to deliver and go home to what is potentially an abusive situation.
Joan,
in which case, it's very likely that we will see these children again.
Joan, why aren't these cases being reported in your experience?
Well, I think the health professionals certainly don't want to get involved in what could potentially be a day in court or a couple of hours in court. In actual fact, that fear is unacceptable. One still has the obligation to report the offence. And in actual fact, health professionals can make appointments in order to make sure that their court appearance, if they have to go to court on behalf of a child, is scheduled according to their particular situation. So there's really no excuse. And I challenge health professionals to do what they are supposed to do, as well as social service professionals. I also challenge the SAPS, because we do come across still many instances of sexual abuse of a child in which dockets are not opened, either because it is being poorly managed or, according to them, the child is too young to testify. It's not up to the police to make that decision. It is the prosecutor who must make that decision. And so many children are just simply not attended to.
Thank you so much. Agree with you 100%. The onus really should be on the health professionals and social workers to report these cases. A 12-year-old being forced to give birth just seems unimaginable. That was child rights and protection expert Dr. Joan van Niekerk. And just a reminder, up on our screens is the Union buildings where President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to meet his Kenyan counterpart.